In today's video, we're going to go into this blog post that Treyarch has dropped, well, Call of Duty, for the Black Ops 7 cinematic trailer. If you guys have not seen that yet, I do have a full breakdown and a reaction linked below or the pinned comments. And this is going over everything in the blog post. If you guys have any suggestions or any theories, please comment below. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, make sure to hit that bell notification to never miss a single video, and these videos will never stop. Peace. Well, not peace, but watch the videos. A battle atop the headquarters of the Project Janus turns into a terrifying dimensional dive into the dark ether. Welcome to the party. After a tumultuous battle atop of Janus Towers, celebrations are abruptly short-lived as Gregory, Weaver, Gray, Carver, and Maya are thrust into the dark ether dimension. The crew don't even have the time to pick up themselves up from the ground before they startled by the arrival of a welcoming committee. Here is pictures from the actual Black Ops 7 Zombies cinematic itself, which is shots from the trailer, which looks absolutely amazing. It is a party, and y'all are the guest of honor. A southern drawl echoes across the lobby. All 8 turns as a mysterious figure slowly descends the lobby steps. His face, hidden by a wide brimmed hat. The man's polite turn of phrase is unnerving, but it's the cage totem skulls he carries in each hand that suggests a much more terrifying entity has entered the fray. And this is basically the Western guy. He just sucked in their essence into the skull with the cage inside of it with this white mist. It's kind of crazy. A skull detaches its jaw and violently expunges life force from the assembled crew, sucking essence into its maw while sharing its meal with its master, seemingly granting the mysterious figure more than a taste of their souls. Satiated, he slowly turns and leaves, but not before summoning some immediate reanimated threats for the team to deal with. Here's some more pictures from Takio himself and basically more shots from the cinematic trailer, which looks absolutely amazing. The drained crew scrambles into action, forced into a ballad of blood and guts as they slowly tear apart the undead. It's only after the 8 of them step out into what was once the Janus Towers Plaza that a full realization becomes apparent. We're not in West Virginia anymore. Meet the expanded crew. So we have Maya, we have Gray, we have Carver, and we got Weaver. So we have Nikolai, Richtofen, Takio, Dempsey. How and why are the crew transported into the dark ether? Who are these never before seen incarnations of the original Zombies crew, and how did they get here? Who can be trusted? We have Weaver, a ranger trained CIA operative. Combat acumen and espionage know-how have carried him through countless engagements. After his mother defective from the former Soviet Union, Weaver dedicated his life to exceptional military service in clandestine operations, hunted by tactical errors and driven by a desire to fight for something he believes in. Weaver stands strong with those who fight beside him. Weaver has been transformed by the fall of Janus Towers. No longer a shadowy spy master, he has become a hardened leader forged by sacrifice. With requiems shattered, he gathers the broken pieces of the fight against the dark ether, determined to ensure his friends survive. A highly educated and brilliant scientist, Dr. Elizabeth Gray, is renowned for her groundbreaking discoveries in the study of Ethereum. However, turbulent events and sinister uses of her discoveries led her own dark path, transformed by years of imprisonment at the hand of the former director of Requiem. She uses her genius and scientific mind to ensure her team maintains every tactical advantage. Gray walks away from Janus Towers with her victorious, tempered by a growing unease, the gnawing doubt that science may not be able to truly mend the damage it has wrought. Once a steadfast believer in reason, Sho now is starting to suspect that survival may demand something beyond the equations and experiments that once brought her comfort. Now we have Carver. Carver comes from a family line of military excellence and distinguished himself with exceptional skill and commitment to his country and brothers in arms, despite being stripped of his rank and maintained his mental and physical discipline throughout his incarnation, determined to restore his reputation. Carver leaves Janus Towers with his fury at the dark ether sharpened, reforged into a burning clarity of purpose, no longer content to follow orders. He embraces the role of a protector, seeking to carve out a future where humanity can stand on its own, free of master either mortal or cosmic in nature. Trained in the family business of smuggling since she was a child, Maya brings stealth, convert, tactics, and a sharp mind to every engagement. Street smart and deadly. I see what they did there. Her effectiveness in combat comes from long years of honing her skills in infiltration, invasion, and misdirection. Her knowledge of the criminal underworld and its unorthodox tactics often come in handy, but unfiltered opinions and acid tongue can make it hard for her to win friends. Her pursuit of the syndicate that abducted her brother threw her into Requiem's path when she helped free their leaders on Terminus Island. Throughout her depth in the science and machinations of the dark ether, her grit, grief, and hard-earned street instincts made her an essential ally in a fight far larger than her own. Uncertain of her role within her newfound family, the events of Janus Towers removed her luxury of choice, as once again she has to throw in with allies old and new if she is have to any chance of survival. Tank Dempsey. This incarnation of Tank Dempsey is a battle-hardened U.S. Marine who most recently fought through the jungles of 1968 Vietnam with grit, sarcasm, relentless will to survive. In this fractured reality, his distrust of his new companions and the unfamiliar surroundings have turned this otherwise dependable soldier into the unpredictable wildcard of the group. Takio is a disgraced Ronin who wandered 1591 without master of honor, carrying the weight of his exile as a yoki he cannot cast off. Bound by a code he is only still barely believes in, he seeks redemption in the chaos of battle. His blade both in burden he must bear and judgment on his enemies. Soviet tank commander Nikolai Belinsky arrives in the dark ether from the brutal mountainous landscape of 1984, Afghanistan, where duty, disillusionment, and misfortune collided. Scarred by war and haunted both by betrayal and his own decisions, he masks his bitterness with dark humor, yet remains a steadfast warrior when the shells begin to fall. Dr. Edward Richtofen, a brilliant but unhinged scientist and a hero of the wreck, finds himself torn from the 1945 in a world where the Axis powers triumphed over the Allied nations. Shaped by ambition and trained by corruption, he masks his innate sadism and considerable ego behind quick wit and a charming smile. He vows that reality itself ultimately bows to his design. Ripped from their respective timelines, our X-Band crew finds themselves thrown together in an alien dimension, accompanied by old friends, uncertain allies, and something far, far worse. Head back here to the Call of Duty blog next week and prepare for a massive intel blast detailing extensive gameplay, systems, enemies, and features content coming to Black Ops 7 Direct from the Treyarch Zombies team. And the beta is early access October 2nd through October 5th. Then the open beta is October 5th through October 8th. Okay, Treyarch, we got to talk about something here. So you guys said last week that next week we're going to get the details for Black Ops 7 Zombies, which this is what we're getting now. Now you're saying once again next week again. If we're getting more news next week, it is the 16th. We're literally a week and a half away until COD Next. And you're telling me not even a week before we're getting just now gameplay of Black Ops 7 Zombies? They should have just waited until COD Next at that point. Why are we wasting our time saying, oh, it's next week, it's next week, it's next week? Why give people heads up the information if it's going to be delayed another week? Why are we doing this? Why are we releasing a trailer that we knew that existed already? Because that snippet that we've seen has already been shown to us. This is just an extended version of what we already saw. It seems like something's going on with the development or whatever is going on, or it could be just misleading, or it could just be them wanting not to release so much information within a week period, but they literally have this week and next week, and then it's COD Next. I don't understand what they're doing here. All these other zombie YouTubers saying, oh, there's something special coming up this week. I will see you guys when that day is, once the day has come. But the fact is, I don't know who to believe anymore, man. It's like, I want to wake up early and be the first ones to upload these videos, but I can't tell what day is going to be a intel drop because they don't reveal anything. They just keep saying next week, next week, next week, and they're just not saying anything. They're not giving a date. I know they want this to be be a surprise, but please give a date. I can actually see why they don't give a date, because they can't even say when they're doing it, because they keep saying next week every 2 seconds. But this is probably has been one of the most weirdest reveal zombies mode in Call of Duty history that I've ever seen in my life, period. This is just unacceptable, and I expect Treyarch to do better. This is ridiculous. How can I be excited for something if they're just going to keep saying, oh, next week, next week? It's like, I know I'm trying to be, I'm very impatient, but the information that is provided to us isn't really, it's not staying true to what it's saying, because it just makes no sense, honestly. You guys can give your full feedback or your opinions on this article linked below, because this is just awful. The trailer was badass, but I think the information they're giving to us and the release dates and how everything's planned out to hype up this game is just, it's unorganized planning here. Planning, I don't know if that's even a word, but we're gonna make it a word for this video. Their plan is just not organized at all, because, oh, we're going to release this here. We're going to release this here. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. Then we find out and we get a reveal cinematic trailer for Black Ops 7 Zombies, and it's like, oh, sorry, this article is gonna explain each character's storyline and their backstory. Oh, we're sorry, we're not revealing the full gameplay of Black Ops 7 until next week. They should have just waited until COD Next. Why are we still here?